And as promised, we came back with a second video looking at the Mercury Transit that went on today from approximately 12:30 Universal Time until about 18:05. Mercury blasted across the solar disk, and the reason that we don't always see Mercury make a transit every time it passes between the Earth and the Sun is because of differences in the planes of our orbits. Earth's orbit is 7 degrees off of Mercury's orbit, and so only the times when these planes cross at the same time as Mercury is between the Earth and the Sun do we see a transit. So here you see it in visible light. We're going to come back to this. We're going to zoom in, but first, here's a 171 angstrom view. And we slowed this down a little slower than we normally view it. Incidentally, there does look like there could be a sunspot forming way down here in the southeast. And we're going to look at all these views zoomed in a minute. I want to show you all the views zoomed out first with timestamps. Again, if you want to check these out on the SDO site, have patience because the SDO site is being inundated with data requests right now. You want to look on the date of 11/11 from noon Universal Time to 18:15. That's the stamps that we're using. That's 1200 hours until 18:15. Here's the view in 193 angstroms. And again, we did slow this down, as some of the most interesting spots to view this are actually when Mercury is in the corona. And we'll take a few still frames at the end of the video. Here's a 94 angstrom view. This one actually takes a few more images than the other ones. This one takes 10 a minute instead of only 2 per minute. So 5 times as many images here. A little difficult to see the small planet, although it was a great transit as it practically bisected the solar disk, and it even did cross the ecliptic there, so great views. Finally, here's the 304 angstroms view. And you can see it rotate through. We'll let it play through one more time. And if you want to know about the different angstroms and so on, head to the SDO site. There it is. We've linked it in the description below the video. Go check that out. If you want to make custom movies like the ones we made there, you got to use AIA/HMI browse data. If you want to hear the original music featured in this video, you can add it to your MP3 collection for the low price of $1.25. It is located at soundclick.com/goldencatproductions, our record label. This one's called Gem Cutter. Check it out. Unified Theory has been all the way up to number 24 on the instrumental rock genre. And now let's zoom in before we close this thing out. There's a full res view. We'll even go one further for you. Let's slow her down, actually. And we'll show you each of the other wavelengths views also before we close out the video. Here's 171 angstroms. Had a very plain solar disk today, no sunspots causing anything to obscure it. We'll be looking to see if we see any really high-res images here, any sort of plasma interactions or anything like that. I'm sure there were plenty of telescopes fixed on this thing, so look for stories about Mercury and astrophysics coming out all week. people getting interested in it without ever having any clue about it before. Let's pause this at some of the early frames where Mercury is actually framed in the corona. There's a great shot of it. Great image of it entering the corona there. And there's a great shot of it going over the disk. Here's that 94 angstroms view once again zoomed in. There it is in the 94 angstroms corona. Here's 304 angstroms. This one will not really appear in the corona very much, as we're only looking at iron 17 ions in this extreme UV view. And one bonus feature for you here. Here's the view from the Space Weather Enthusiast dashboard. There you see Mercury rocketing across invisible light spectrum. We are out. Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. Please press like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Be fast. Welcome to the Neo-Renaissance. Stare at the sun. Use the proper instruments. And have a delightful evening. We'll be back tomorrow morning for some more daily space weather. Ciao.